We're on the day of mill. Is there that much mill?
My folk have suffered much.
Okay, the top 5 Gwent channels were while playing mill. Oh man. Haven't they realized over the last couple months, mill no longer gets the views that it used to? Ever since, like, March, people just haven't found mill as funny as they used to. She and Specie reach 500 plus for 4 hours. Wait, what? What do you mean 500 plus? Can you just like that? Oh, sure, sure. You have to 2480 drop all the way to 2410. That sounds like a very mill thing to do. So playing my cards in the right order isn't as important, because I have like Snowdrop and attack. I guess I'm just gonna start here, hold on to my golds, maybe? Whoa.
Reach high into the sky.
I'm not answering that. The 25. Yeah, I saw. No idea how he managed that. I think I've stopped in his stream like 2 or 3 times the last couple days, and I think I've seen him win a single game. While I'm watching, I think his record with Mill is like 1-8. What do you mean? Like, when do you want to play him? When he's dealing 4 damage? I don't know, probably would have been nice to be able to kill a Whisperer. Not a huge deal, we are on red coin.
This shit, a fine vintage it would have made.
Trick to mill is timing when you play it during the season. I think the biggest trick to mill is playing it before people realize they need to respect mill and actually think about how to play the matchup. I don't know. There's a lot of matchups that like might seem sort of playable if you're playing against people that either don't want to or don't know how to respect mill. But then like as soon as they realize how they have to play in the matchup, it just becomes impossible. Still just trying to force quality. If he passes, it's fine. How bad for me is it if I get bled? Did I need to like push with Ramon? I guess we're gonna find out.
Splendid crops this year, and ever they shall. Leave it to me.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what happens. We're pretty proactive, right? I don't think we care that much if our opponent decides to go unitless. Actually bricks nothing, aside from the Ibar. So I actually want this in hand, right? Because I'm only playing the one Blightmaker. Let's keep the Zarth too. Your opponent forfeited after 1 card. Yeah, for whatever reason, people really don't like playing the matchup.
Got ya! Fleeting son of a doe!
I wonder if your win rate would improve just putting one Kingslayer in every Nilfgaard deck you play. Just to tilt people or make them like overcommit into round one. Mostly to tilt them. That's what I want in Para Brigade. I don't want you. Okay. My proactivity is kind of bad. My proactivity is... I only have one good proactive card to draw. So I think I'm just gonna lead Ramon Lock to get soldiers. Not the best. Hey, Redrame.
The only good human is a dead human.
Illusion.
Legend Storm Brawl 4. Good lord, you played 45 hours in like 3 days? Isn't that like 2 days worth of time? This probably just gets caressed, but then that gives us an Ivar target. Oh, you might have started 45 hours ago, I'm not sure. Okay. You're playing through Steam, right? Or do you just like leave it open when you go AFK? I'm just gonna let this come out, I think. I want to thin before I draw cards. I think just not bricking is more important than an extra point or two on the Wanderer. First turn, discard a Viper with a Scroll Stratagem. Turned out to be regular ball. Nice. Don't scorch me, please. Oh, he's the Sunset Wanderers. Please scorch me. Okay. Guess I'm just doing this now.
I like you whether you like us or not.
Draws on a Snowdrop don't matter. Just make sure I don't put the things that could summon themselves back. I was supposed to be doing a chest bounty today, but the game key didn't work. I don't know what that was about. It was like a play versus chat thing. It looked pretty cool. Yeah, I imagine they reached out to people directly from like the chess directory. It's not the first one to exist, is it? I'm pretty sure I'd seen something like it before. I'm just gonna do this before I forget, because I know that I will forget. And I don't think it matters when I do it. Hey, Flake and Berry.
Subbing so you have to type something.
Thanks for the 7 months. I'll type this one. Wait, why didn't that send? I've really tried to give this Chatterino thing a try. It is really bad. I don't understand why people swear by it. It just doesn't work half the time. I'll just play Sarth, I guess. Try to not get Yurden's. Does it matter? I don't know.
We shall see what the future holds.
See you, Redrame. Have a good one. Should deck before next game. It's just Redrame's Hyperthin from the qualifiers. Should be that, I think. Oh my god, Chatterino is so shit. Yeah, I'm just not using this anymore. OBS chat embed is back.
You crossed the wrong sorceress.
Zoop.
I will not let this become a
Sure, the
second
deck is
silence.
busted good. I don't know. Might be. When nobody else played it. Well, clearly they were scared of Mill. You know, the menace taking over ladder. I really want to just BM him, but
Quite the menial task.
there's something really funny about burning the opponent's Broccolon Sentinel. Remember that one. That one I remember. When I think of Pstrike being good, the only thing that comes to mind is the season where I thought the deck was kind of overrated, when it had like 18 provs or 19 provs or whatever. I thought that was like the most overrated best deck ever. Hey,
32 years more, let's go.
Thanks for the 32 months. Thanks for the tier 3. My dude, welcome back. Applying for promotion tomorrow. Oh, cool. Good luck. So I'm against Vi. Do I wanna? I don't have Ramon. I guess I'm just doing this. Probably want to Ramon lock in this matchup. Just try to take him off of consumes. Not the 8. The 8 combines with Ivar. Maybe not this round, but at some point. I only lose 1 point playing the Nausicaa beforehand, even if I don't have any removal to pair with it. Yeah, this one's 5 still. I don't think it's in the archive, but oh. That is the list. Whoa, okay. So it's not Vi. We got Wholesome Cyclops Wish. Give him the round and hold the bleed. Just make sure we don't lose uneven, like a doofus. Hey, Zero. Thanks for the Prime. Thanks for the 6 months. Welcome back. Yeah, I think plan's the same. Just don't lose uneven like a doofus. Hopefully Ivar is still a good leader. So I still don't want this thing. I still don't really want this thing. What am I risking bricking on? Just the Mage Assassin. Just don't want the Dead Man's Tongue, but finding Dead Man's Tongue round 3 is not the end of the world. Having Ivar round 2 could be really good. Yeah, I'll take the Darth. Finals game 5. Go watch. Oh, is Summit still going? Is that what you're talking about? I was just gonna hitch the VODs. I haven't watched it live at all. Ah, Mango Zane, as predicted. Tongue, get rid of an Adept and a Tortoise. Oh man, Zane getting stock 1. Yeah, start probably at the usual time. Probably in like, what is that, 4 hours? Yeah. 3.5 hours. No, don't have my Snowdrop. No, it's also round 2. Probably just gonna let this get pulled. This would be a little silly here. Fog is lowest, right? Yeah. Give him Dominance, bluff the Ivar. Oh, 2 stocks apiece. CCGs beside Gwent? Not recently. I have a lot of history in like Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, but I haven't played them much recently. I haven't played them at all recently. We're all not a CCG? Not really. There's no collecting. Back. I don't care about killing things. Hey, Snowdrop. Nope. Or I might have played against it once yesterday. I don't think it was his list though. I think it was just a mill deck. There's Duel Links, which is sort of just like an alternative rule set for Yu-Gi-Oh! There's... I forget what it's called. There's like a kind of janky actual Yu-Gi-Oh! One too, but I don't know if there's multiplayer for it. And then there's stuff like YGO Pro and Dueling Book. Wait, did Zane lose? I looked away. Oh no. Let me see if I get my card. Let's me play in more.
You shall know the Emperor's fury! Truly electrifying.
Man. Zane's washed up. Losing to Mango. So my quality's pretty nuts, and they have card advantage. No leader, but whatever. Two SDs in the first set. Ugh. Yeah, it happens. Didn't punt my mulligans. Good start. Good start. I'm gonna have a hard enough time getting an Ivar in a 6-card round. I'm just gonna lead the Nilf Knight. It's also I either lead Nilf Knight or I lead Zarth and let him Pred Dive me or Manticore me. This is a random Cantarella or Mata. You're a little upset. You probably just complain loudly that your opponent's putting those cards in their deck. I don't think I care about the Barghest. At least not yet. I can deal 12 damage. And if he does consume, then I get an Ivar. Why do you want Ivar to see play? Oh my god, this card is so miserable. It's so swingy and so matchup dependent. Wowee! 24 points! I hate this card so much. Wowee.
You best yield now.
You can't always play around Ivar.
How can I help?
Yeah, it's pretty much the same reason why I don't like Bounty.
Such a shame.
Quite the menial task.
When we see new cards.
You talked
I
enough.
don't know. Just probably whenever the countdown on the CDPR website finishes. Maybe a couple hours after. Aw. Like, the card's bad in most metagames. I don't know. At least it has been bad in most metagames. I guess there's no way to say that going forward. Why does he have 12 cards in deck already? Oh, Dead Man's Tongue. That makes sense. Oh, let's bluff Ivar.
Notice! All roads lead to Nilfgaard.
It's the main reason people are playing it, because but it's not just Sunset Wanderers, it's just like every deck in the meta playing something that goes tall at some point during the game. Or at some point in the game before Adrenaline 2. Sunset Wanderers is the reason now, but there's no reason that's to say that like this is the only reason why Ivar would be playable going forward. Like, Ivar has been very good against decks like Vi in the past.
Those things were foul and flesh well charred. There you go.
Oops. That's the deck link. Power countdown, fit first reveals. Okay. Doing alright. Wait, this mirror is miserable, isn't it? Don't we just like Vilga each other out of the game? Don't we have to play our Hyperthin cards early? What's this clog? Oh, you just played a Coated Weapons. Sure. I guess this deck also doesn't play Roach. Isn't this matchup also miserable? So this is just never gonna be good. You could try to mull it for Deadman's Tongue, but there's other stuff that I want to mull already.
Got ya! Bleating son of a doe!
Yeah, Mill really is all about skillful deck manipulation. They really nailed that flavor.
Defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst.
Like, this hand's not competing, right? I could run out, like, Yen if I think it's gonna be bad later. Whatever. With the roping, I'm just thinking this turns through. Nothing wrong with that. So I don't leave you in deck. I want to get the Golem in deck too. EGP. Why'd I stop playing? I started streaming Gwent. I can only take playing so many card games at a time. Just other things used up my time.
How am I to catch it, master? Sees me every time.
I always start with this and then take Ramon Lock onto this. Second Coated Weapons. Yeah.
History shall remember the art.
I played a few hours of Mythgard. I hated the rarities in that game. Trying to like grind a deck together that was fun just wasn't fun. Progression really sucked. Oh, cool. Glad you enjoy the deck. Hope you found some way to spend the floating provs. The burn mechanic to get mana. Yeah, it's a nice digital improvement on like Duel Master's mana. It's something you could only really do digitally.
My men know the meaning of sacrifice. For the great sun!
Okay, so just keep up reach with Ivar. I'm not doing any math. I'm just going to assume that Ivar is the amount of reach that I need. It's actually one short, right? Or no, 16 plus 4. Yeah, okay. Or no, I don't get plus 4, it's just 16. No, because it stays at 4. Yeah. Let's call it quits about a week ago. Yeah. Game just wasn't popular enough. Like, if I'm getting clogged, I don't really expect this thing to be good.
Nothing to pick up when I'm done with you.
Speaking of, it's worth 20.
Onward, onward!
Oh, wait, why was I getting that wrong? Now it's worth 24, right? Oh. Oh. Ah! I mean, the plan was always to Vilga this. Does he play Renew?
An interesting choice. Don't yell, my lady. You'll strain your throat. Help is not on the way.
Enemy power times 2 minus 4. Oh, that's probably a better way of trying to do it than enemy power minus 4 times 2 plus 4. That is one fewer step.
What's better than a dead noble? 2 dead nobles.
Why does my opponent have so many points? This is messed up. I'm supposed to be the points deck. They're supposed to be the deck that's stopping me from drawing my cards. They can't have both points and the inability. The ability to give their opponents the inability to draw their cards? There we go. Some spicy Yu-Gi-Oh news. Maybe. How spicy is it? Wait, why the smiley face? It works, right? Is there a reason why that wouldn't work? Oh, this is the Redrame list.
Strike first and strike hard. Turn your foe's strengths against them. That's the trick.
Points. 2 specific field spells. Interesting. Interesting.
Damn you all!
I don't think I can beat
Why would
this.
I kill a child?
Not necessarily. The bronze core is not what I was expecting it to be. There's an Avalok in the golds. That's, I don't think, standard.
I'm coming for you.
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Snap and done. Heckling kill.
Why aren't you listening? Listen to me sing, damn it!
I do not have the points.
Future holds.
I mean, seems like a lot of people think that they're annoying. No tortoise. Useful for small damage. Yeah, but what's small damage useful for right now? Is there a matchup where that matters? Still no tortoise. Oh, wait. That's the same tortoise redeem. I got bamboozled. 3-point defender. Sure.
Another little thunderbolt. Surely.
I guess you'll fog that.
None shall tread on us.
Just play on Wanderer's Curve.
valley! I bring death, quite literally.
Yep. Yeah. Previous faction is pretty easily ST. Huh. Wasn't expecting to get round 1. What are my bricks? Nothing.
Then not today! Besima tomorrow! It will triumph! It must triumph!
It's mocking me, I can tell.
Doing the brawl tourney. Not great. Not great. Get like 17th or something. Is incinerating. Oh, you need points. Yep. So are you gonna get to save his Elbane? I don't think that I care. I think this deck's proactive enough that it doesn't matter. What? Okay. Under a year. Symbiosis wasn't really a thing until Nature's Gift, which was September.
Close rank!
The problem with playing traps into rounds where your opponent isn't like stuck playing into the round is you get passed on. There's often just a good pass window where your cards just aren't efficient enough. And you trade down too much. The nice thing about traps in round 3 is your opponent can't use the pass button to get rid of them all. I mean, I don't want to draw this brick. This is fine.
You've met your match, puppet!
There are a couple ways to build the trap deck. You can build it so that it's reasonable against Clog. You can build it so that it's good against Swarm, because you've got crushing traps.
Confirmation of receipt.
Like, Clog doesn't really want to deal with incineratings and Pit. I'm just letting him have that. I'd rather fight over things that are worth points. Favorite faction? No, not really. Varies constantly. Pretty much just whatever lets me play the most different decks. Historically, that's been monsters, but no reason why it has to be monsters.
For fuck's sake, I'm sick of these chores.
I guess the last couple seasons it probably hasn't been monsters. There hasn't been a whole lot to do there.
Defeat them with hunger, crush them with thirst. Snap and done. A clean kill.
Hey, Fez. What's your bait factor? They run siege or not? Yeah, it's a little annoying. I got bamboozled by commandos. I thought they were just like wholesome siege mid-range. And then I got surprise roached in round 2 and lost. Can't deal with this. I mean, it's gonna happen. It's unavoidable in a card game. At least in Gwent, they can rework cards over time and have there eventually be a reason to play those things again. Like, stuff does get buffed, right? How perfect is this hand? I guess I don't want this. Aside from that, this hand's pretty good.
It's mocking me, I can tell.
I can't Dead Man's Tongue. I guess I'll just play. I really don't want to play the Alba. I could just play the Ivar. Ivar doesn't matter in this matchup, does it?
Demons don't scare me. We're one and the same.
Torture the assassin? I don't think I can. I need to thin. Still got the dog in deck. I want to find my Snowdrop. Shit. Okay, so I can't... Fuck. No, that's so bad. I drew bronze. Or no, I didn't draw... Did I draw bronze? I draw this. No, I drew Zarth in the first mall. I just wanted this in my hand. I did not draw a bronze too.
No audiences. Goes down today.
Probably holding my locks. Okay, we're dead. It's been fun. Water Broccolon, a worse larva. No.
I'm a medic. I tend to know what I'm doing when
There are
I'm
different
stressed.
cards in different factions.
Did you see that? Anything alive would be
With
dead
different
now.
trigger
Killer
conditions. Put the bronze back with leader. Yeah, eventually. I need to still play down the 7 cards. Oh, this bronze. Oh, I don't know why I played this. No, you are right. I don't think it matters now, because I need to put this, and this back. But I hadn't drawn the knickers yet, yeah.
spell. Lead the Lordless dogs into Lake
I think I was just like blindly looking for a filler card to play. Let's do it next turn. Was that plan? Was what plan?
Novigrad requires rejuvenation, a rebirth.
I think the only unexpected thing this round was drawing the dog. 5-point tongue. Yeah, what else am I gonna do? I already have 3 targets to go back with my leader. I guess maybe I draw Snowdrop and get to put this back, and then everything's fixed. Maybe that's a better plan. I don't know.
Not all battles need end in bloodshed.
Yikes! Nothing matters. Okay, I'd still do this. I have the Snowdrop at least, so I can kind of fix things.
For the great sun!
He's gonna play Kodkadak, purify both of these, and feel like an absolute master. Jammies is an emote. You can see it if you have the BTTV extension. I like the best card for the provision slot. Nilfgaard golds are bad. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm assuming since Redrame did it, that it probably just is. Let's do this first.
Appearances can be deceiving.
Do this now. Nilfgaard has really good archetype golds. Monsters doesn't even have good archetype golds. It's an emote, like a emoji, like what you just used.
Why aren't you listening?
Oh, the dog still hasn't come out? Oh my god. Whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I guess Koshche is one. That's fair.
I hope we can trust you.
I don't know. Nilfgaard gets stuff like Brothans, gets a Masquerade Ball, Colgrim. Like, as generic as Brothans and Ball are, they can't quite just fit everywhere. They almost can.
I will not let this become a second
Nice.
Sodom.
Just kill the Shani. Aristocrat's an archetype. It tries to be. It pretends that it is. You could call Masquerade Ball the archetype if you want. Probably more accurate. You play poisons to make your ball better. You play aristocrats to trigger your ball.
Wager I can cast from with me foot.
Yeah, but it's not just aristocrats, right? Like, if you're playing Ball, you probably also want to play, like, Cupbearer and Fangs. I'd probably say Siege is a little less of an archetype than Ball. It's close. They're both pretty janky as far as being archetypes goes.
An interesting choice.
I don't know if like Deathwish as a whole is an archetype, but Deathwish contains a lot of archetypes.
Now, all at court shall pledge their allegiance.
Deathwish is more of a mechanic.
Just great.
Still keep up with Magic? Kind of. I've never really kept up with Standard ever, but I occasionally keep up with what's going on in Modern and Legacy. I don't know why I kicked that. I should not have kicked that. Nurse to Hunger, hurt mid-range Deathwish tags. Yeah, a bit. A bit. They were still playable a couple seasons ago. Like, the Succubus decks weren't that bad. Yeah, I think the reasoning is they want to push Hyperthin as a Nilfgaard archetype, but Hyperthin's a really weird archetype to push because of how generically strong thinning cards are. I'm not really sure what the solution is. I think putting Blightmaker to 6p was a good start. Just make it so that it's a little harder to justify playing in every single Nilfgaard deck. But like, Dead Man's Tongue is the same sort of problem, where it's just so efficient at just doing something that decks in general want to do. Legion wanted Hyperthin. I don't know. I don't think he has that much power. Good for Hyperthin, it'll be good for Clog. Yeah, and most things that are good for Hyperthin are also going to be good for Ball. It's weird. It's a very hard archetype to push. I think you have to do it in like a more tag-based way for it to be interesting. It kind of worked though, right? Like, you do have, like, Redrame brought Hyperthin to the qualifiers. Clog is a type of Hyperthin, and that's gotten better. Like, I don't think Clog was outside of the range of decks they were trying to buff with the new cards. They seem to have found the middle ground where, like, Ball isn't just the Nilfgaard deck anymore. So they kind of solved the problem. Now, whether you just, like, hate all of the archetypes that Nilfgaard has is a completely different question, but at least it's not just Ball anymore. Whereas with the initial drop, it did seem like it was just going to be Ball again with the new cards. Thinning's very strong in most decks. Yeah, of course, of course. Rangeless Shaggy brought is amazing. I'd have to look at it. Let me see. I think I have it in a tab here. Shaggy's Sack Deck.
Do not make me beg.
This is so fair. Not even Matic. I can't believe this isn't a Matic deck, honestly. Marl and Brothans and Avalok over it. It's kind of surprising.
Got ya, you beaten son of a dope.
This is Shaggy's list. I win round one. Aren't we fucked now? Wait, what? Am I missing something? No. Opponent played Moba. Oh, that's easy to deal with. I just like play a Fawn from hand or Beat Assassin from hand. Or just Blightmaker for no thinning. That would have been a problem though, had I not realized. And I definitely would have not realized. The chat not pointed it out. Almost awkward. Can't we tongue the mages? Yeah, I mean we can do that too. Dead man's tongue for 1 bronze again, yeah. What do I want to do here? This is proactive. I'll put out a mage assassin. Worst case, I'm like playing a Fawn from hand. Where is his Wanderers? It was right here, right? I think I want to trade Wanderers. And then, I guess Ivar him. Not exactly sure how I'm doing that, but I'll figure it out.
Oh, don't dare cross me, or my friend here will tear you to pieces.
An interesting choice.
The sky'll burn with the eternal fire.
Not quite what I was looking to draw. No one's playing Shylard. Shylard's bad. If you want to play an Answer and Nilfgaard, Ivar is so much better.
For this most beautiful of maidens, I shall fight 100 duels.
Mill's Resurgence to Sunset Wanderers? Because Sunset Wanderers is a card that's in a lot of decks that draws a card. I don't know. I don't think that's what you want to point to. If you want to point to anything, it's probably just like this leader being a lot of points with cards like Mage Assassin. Sunset Wanderers is a big points card that can draw you into a mill card in the mill deck, which is nice. Like, it doesn't really matter that opposing decks are playing Sunset Wanderers, because they can just play Wanderers from hand and not draw a card.
Just right.
I mean, Ivar is much better. Spores is 4P at least. Spores isn't great either. I haven't seen a whole lot of Spores'. It's not quite that simple, Caligo. It's also that the mill deck can actually play points. Something that is historically struggled with.
Kill me with poison. You'd have to drown me in it.
Yeah, you know who's also a better Shylard? Ivar Evil Eye. The only card in the game that trades up to Sunset Wanderers. I don't actually know if that's true, but it's very close to being true. Spores. You play Spores on Sunset Wanderers, your opponent gets a 1 end of the card that they drew, which is probably like 7-ish points. So you're trading down 8 points for 7 bravs. Usually not what you want to be doing. Wanderer doesn't move through their deck. It moves through their hand. You can see that. Correct. Spores is 4P, which is why I had addressed that.
Not without good reason. They call me stern.
Wanderers also just like thins them by 1 if it's coming out in round 2. It's not even necessarily just 7 points, because they can mulligan the bronze that they draw.
Go to hell, I ask.
I don't know if Vanadane will see play unless he gets a buff. It's very hard for me to imagine a world where Vanadane sees play and you can't confirm choice him. It's such a huge downside. Yeah, I can leave Deadman's Tongue in deck and Zarth last, theoretically. I could also leave Nilf Knight Golem in deck and just Deadman's Tongue the Nilf Knight. It depends what the Snowdrop and leader draws.
Why aren't you listening? Listen to me sing, damn it!
Can always put these back, right? Okay, so we get Tongue. Yeah, so we're gonna leave a bronze in deck, right?
Truly electrifying.
I mean, the point of the mid-expansion balance change isn't to completely revamp the game, but just to shake up the meta a little bit. And it definitely shook up the meta a little bit.
My great-granddaughter will do great.
So many of them, I'd have to aim to miss. They charge it.
For this most beautiful of maidens, I shall fight 100 duels!
There will be rain or frost.
I think I'm just last playing this so he doesn't get the extra point on his damage. I guess this plays into like Heat Wave more.
Nasty business, that.
You best yield now.
I think we're fine. Make Waylay 4 damage. Ah, yes. Good old 7 for 4s that kill things. Just what we need.
Hand it to you. Good
We need Enraged Ifrit on a 4 provision card. It's a great idea.